What if the single biggest reason your morning blood sugar stays stubbornly high has almost nothing to do with what you ate for dinner, and everything to do with the quiet choice you make in those final moments before you turn off the lights and close your eyes? Picture this. You followed all the rules during the day. You watched your portions, chose balanced meals, stayed active as much as your body allows. Yet morning after morning, that glucose meter delivers numbers that crush your spirit. You feel exhausted before the day even begins. For millions of people over 60 living with type 2 diabetes, this pattern isn't just frustrating. It feels deeply unfair. Like your own body is working against you while you sleep. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on what's really happening between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. inside your body. We'll explore 5 powerful, research-supported bedtime drinks that can help lower your fasting glucose by 10 to 30 points, sometimes even more, by working with your body's natural overnight rhythms instead of fighting them. We'll also shine a light on 3 common bedtime beverages that many people believe are safe or even helpful, but are quietly sabotaging their progress. This isn't about overwhelming changes or expensive supplements. These are simple, accessible drinks you can start making tonight using ingredients most of us already have or can easily find. Stay with me until the end, because the most affordable option on this list costs less than 50 cents per serving, works faster than many people expect, and could become the soothing nightly ritual that finally shifts how you feel each morning. Your liver doesn't simply shut down when you go to bed. In fact, for many of us past 60, it does the opposite. And understanding why gives you the power to change the outcome. Let's begin by truly understanding the hidden overnight battle. As we age, especially after 60, our livers become less responsive to the natural signals that should keep glucose production quiet during sleep. Around 3 in the morning, a process called gluconeogenesis often kicks into high gear. Your liver starts breaking down stored glycogen and even creating new glucose from other compounds, releasing it steadily into your bloodstream. You haven't eaten a thing for hours, yet your numbers climb anyway. This isn't random. It's tied to declining insulin sensitivity, low-grade inflammation, shifting hormones, and the natural early morning cortisol rise that becomes more pronounced with age. The result? You go to bed feeling okay and wake up wondering what went wrong. But here's the hopeful truth. Certain simple drinks can influence 3 critical nighttime controls at once. They help improve insulin sensitivity while you rest, support incretin hormones that prepare your body for morning, and enhance your sleep architecture so deeper rest naturally lowers stress hormones and improves glucose handling the next day. When these pieces align, the difference can be remarkable, not just on your meter, but in your energy, mood, and overall sense of control. Let's start with a warm, comforting drink that feels like a gentle embrace at the end of a long day. Unsweetened almond milk paired with real Ceylon cinnamon. Gently warm 1 full cup of unsweetened almond milk, never let it boil, and stir in a precise ½ teaspoon of true Ceylon cinnamon. This is important because most grocery store cinnamon is cassia, which is less potent. Ceylon contains unique bioactive compounds like cinnamaldehyde and procyanidins that help activate insulin receptors on your cells and support efficient glucose transporters known as GLUT4. Why is this combination especially valuable after 60? Magnesium. A single cup of unsweetened almond milk provides a meaningful dose of this essential mineral, and magnesium deficiency is surprisingly common in older adults. Our kidneys become less efficient at holding on to magnesium, and we lose more through urine. When levels are low, every cell in the body becomes more resistant to insulin, making blood sugar control harder. Multiple studies and meta-analyses have confirmed that improving magnesium status can meaningfully enhance fasting glucose and insulin sensitivity, particularly in people over 60. Add just a tiny splash of pure vanilla extract if you want a hint of natural sweetness without adding any carbohydrates. Sip this drink slowly, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Many people notice they not only see better morning numbers, but also experience fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom and fall asleep more easily. Magnesium naturally calms the nervous system and supports muscle relaxation. Imagine ending your day with something that feels nourishing and kind to your body, rather than another restriction. One woman, named Margaret, 67 years old, came to her doctor with fasting readings consistently hovering around 152 despite taking metformin. She started this simple almond milk and cinnamon ritual every night. Within 6 weeks, her average fasting glucose had dropped to around 126. She shared that the first few nights the taste was new, but it quickly became a peaceful part of her wind-down routine, something she actually looked forward to as a signal that her body was getting the support it needed. Next, let's talk about a soothing herbal combination that blends centuries of traditional wisdom with modern metabolic science. Chamomile tea with raw apple cider vinegar. Brew a strong cup of pure chamomile tea. Allow it to cool to a comfortable warm temperature, then stir in 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. Chamomile contains apigenin, a flavonoid that interacts with GABA receptors in the brain to promote relaxation and deeper sleep. At the same time, it supports healthier insulin responses in your cells. The apple cider vinegar brings its own powerful mechanism. The acetic acid it contains gently slows the liver's conversion of stored glycogen into glucose overnight, putting a natural brake on that early morning dump. Research, including studies from university teams, has shown noticeable reductions in next morning fasting glucose when vinegar is consumed before bed. For older adults, taking vinegar straight can sometimes lead to stomach discomfort or reflux because our digestive systems change with age. The lower esophageal sphincter becomes less tight. Chamomile acts as a natural anti-inflammatory that coats and protects the stomach lining, making the combination gentle and effective. This drink has helped many people transform bedtime from a source of anxiety into a peaceful, hopeful ritual. Margaret, the same woman who tried the almond milk version, also experimented with this blend and found it worked beautifully on nights when she wanted extra digestive calm. She reported not just better numbers, but also waking up with less joint stiffness and a clearer mind. If the taste feels sharp at first, a few drops of liquid stevia can smooth it without affecting glucose. Now consider something deeply nourishing that feels more like a light meal than a simple drink. Real bone broth. Skip the thin, boxed stock from the supermarket shelves. Instead, choose or make true bone broth that has been simmered slowly for 12 to 24 hours, rich with collagen, minerals, and amino acids. Warm 8 ounces gently on the stove, then season with a small pinch of mineral-rich sea salt and a crack of fresh black pepper to enhance absorption. The standout component here is glycine, an amino acid abundant in properly prepared bone broth. Clinical trials have demonstrated that glycine taken before bed can improve insulin secretion, reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, and support better sleep quality by helping lower core body temperature, one of the key signals your brain needs to enter deep, restorative sleep stages. During deep sleep, your body does its most efficient work, repairing insulin receptors and clearing excess glucose. After 60, many of us experience mild dehydration overnight without realizing it. Our thirst signals weaken, and this subtle dehydration can concentrate glucose in the bloodstream, pushing morning readings higher than they should be. The sea salt helps your cells maintain proper hydration balance naturally. This broth delivers about 40 calories, less than 1 gram of carbs, and 9 to 10 grams of protein. That protein gently triggers beneficial hormones like GLP-1 that help keep your liver from overproducing glucose during the night. For people who also deal with joint discomfort, slower wound healing, or skin concerns, the collagen and minerals in bone broth offer additional support. If you have advanced kidney disease or specific protein restrictions, always check with your doctor first. But for most people, this is one of the gentlest, most nourishing ways to care for your body while you rest. Sip it slowly and feel the warmth spread. It's like giving your system the building blocks it needs for overnight repair. The fourth drink often surprises people because it involves fruit, yet when prepared correctly, it becomes a smart and effective ally. Diluted tart cherry juice. Mix just 2 tablespoons of 100% pure, unsweetened tart cherry juice into 8 ounces of water. Cold or room temperature works well. Tart cherries stand out as one of nature's few food sources of natural melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle more gently than synthetic supplements. Studies, including work from Louisiana State University, found that older adults with insomnia who consumed tart cherry juice saw their total sleep time increase by an average of 84 minutes. Beyond sleep, tart cherries are loaded with anthocyanins, the deep red pigments that act as powerful antioxidants. These compounds have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and help protect the pancreatic beta cells responsible for producing insulin. In clinical trials involving people with metabolic syndrome, consistent daily use led to significant improvements in fasting insulin levels and reduced insulin resistance by nearly 20% in some measures. The careful dilution keeps total carbohydrates low, around 6 grams, making it safe for nighttime while still delivering meaningful amounts of the active compounds. Choose high-quality brands, such as those without added sugars or fillers. At roughly 40 cents per serving when diluted properly, this option costs far less than most over-the-counter sleep aids, while giving you dual benefits for rest and blood sugar control. Many people who tried it reported not only steadier morning glucose, but also waking up feeling more refreshed and alert. The final drink on this list may be the most potent for those whose numbers have felt stuck no matter what else they try. Fenugreek seed tea. Place 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds in 8 ounces of boiling water and let them steep for a full 10 minutes before straining. The soluble fiber in fenugreek, called galactomannan, forms a gentle, gel-like substance in your digestive tract. This gel slows the absorption of any remaining carbohydrates from your evening meal, extending protection deep into the night. Even more impressive, fenugreek contains 4-hydroxyisoleucine, a special amino acid that intelligently stimulates insulin secretion only when glucose is present. This smart action helps avoid dangerous overnight lows. A comprehensive 2024 meta-analysis, reviewing multiple randomized controlled trials, found that fenugreek supplementation lowered fasting blood glucose by an average of 28 milligrams per deciliter, results that rival some prescription medications for many people. The taste can be bitter when you first start, so feel free to add a squeeze of fresh lemon or a single drop of stevia while your palate adjusts. One man named Robert, 72 years old, had been seeing fasting readings consistently between 155 and 160. After adding Fenugreek Tea every single night for 8 weeks, his averages dropped to around 129. He described the moment he saw a number starting with 1 on his meter as emotional, a sign that his body was finally responding. These 5 drinks target different but beautifully complementary pathways: mineral restoration with magnesium, liver calming through acetic acid and fiber, deep restorative sleep, antioxidant protection for beta cells, and intelligent hormonal support. You don't need to drink all of them. Pick the one that fits your taste, lifestyle, and any other health considerations. Then commit to it consistently. Before you head to the kitchen, it's crucial to protect your progress by steering clear of 3 common bedtime traps that could undo your good efforts. First, many herbal bedtime teas sound perfectly innocent. No caffeine, soothing labels. But read the fine print. Natural flavors is often a loophole that can include hidden sugars, sugar alcohols, or fruit concentrates. Even small amounts, when consumed right before bed when your metabolism is slowest, can prevent your body from entering the clean, fasted state needed for optimal overnight glucose control. Popular grocery store brands frequently use these ingredients. Always check the top 5 items on the label. Second, trendy golden milk. The homemade version, using unsweetened almond milk, turmeric, black pepper to activate curcumin, and a touch of stevia, can be beneficial due to turmeric's anti-inflammatory properties. However, store-bought or coffee shop versions often contain 16 to 24 grams of added sugars from coconut sugar, date syrup, or agave nectar. Your body doesn't distinguish between natural sugars and others when it comes to raising blood glucose. This can create exactly the overnight challenge you're trying to solve. Third, and perhaps the most disappointing, are the nutritional shakes specifically marketed to people with diabetes, such as Glucerna or Boost Glucose Control. Despite claims of minimizing spikes, many contain maltodextrin, a fast-digesting carbohydrate with a glycemic index higher than table sugar. Even with added fiber, they can still cause significant glucose rises, especially when consumed alone before bed. This disrupts sleep quality and often leads to higher fasting numbers the next morning. When you genuinely need a small bedtime snack to prevent lows, opt for real food, like 10 almonds paired with a piece of cheese. It's predictable, satisfying, and free of misleading marketing. Turning this knowledge into real, lasting change is simpler than you might think. Choose one drink that genuinely appeals to you and commit to it every night for at least 2 full weeks. Consistency gives your body time to adapt and show its true potential. Time it properly, 30 to 60 minutes before lying down, not right at bedtime or with dinner. Track your fasting glucose every single morning and write down the numbers. Watch the trend over time. Your meter is the most honest feedback you can get. As you begin, take a moment tonight to clear your pantry of anything you now recognize as counterproductive. Replace old habits with these supportive new ones. These small nightly choices add up to something profound: better overnight recovery, steadier energy throughout the day, improved mood, clearer thinking, and growing confidence that you're addressing the part of diabetes management most advice overlooks. The most beautiful part is that these changes don't feel like another restrictive diet. They feel like finally giving your body exactly what it needs during the hours when repair matters most. You deserve to wake up with energy instead of dread, with numbers that reflect the hard work you're already doing. Which of these 5 drinks will you try first tonight? Share your choice in the comments below. Your decision might inspire someone else watching. If you have a loved one who struggles with high morning blood sugar despite doing everything right, send them this information. They deserve the same chance to feel better and regain control. This journey is about more than numbers on a meter. It's about reclaiming peaceful nights, vibrant days, and the confidence that comes from understanding your body's nighttime needs. Your body has an incredible capacity for healing and balance when given the right support at the right time. Sleep well tonight. Wake up tomorrow with fresh hope, steadier energy, and better control than you had yesterday. The night no longer has to be something to fear. It can become one of your strongest, most reliable allies on this path to better health.